the times when it has run, it has generally been where Mayor Dyer and the downtown board have stepped up and initiated that and funded that. So I want to recognize Mayor Dyer and the city for that. But I think that your point, I'm so glad you brought up the second point, because I would hate for anybody to walk away and think that in any way we were singling out our youth or this movement by not providing this. And we'll take your concerns into consideration as we look at what are those times when we should be recognizing ahead of time and providing that service. I think it's valuable input. Thank you.
Well, some of these venues we have in the city of Orlando proper, you can get people coming in from the other adjacent counties as well. I mean, in all fairness, yes, it may be at Lake Eola or wherever in the city of Orlando. The city should not be bearing the burden of the SunRail costs to run on that Saturday or Sunday, or whatever the case may be. I'm just trying to be fair with that.
This is a commuter rail service, and if it's going to be outside the bounds of the commuter rail service that we provide Monday through Friday, somebody has to pay for that, and the state doesn't pay for that. So when Park Art Festival a couple different times has raised money to do it, the Amway Center and our downtown venues, along with the Magic in Orlando City, has paid for service on various days when they've had games. So if we're going to provide service on a weekend basis, somebody has to pay that cost.
Well, in that case, Commissioner, I'm trying to make this short. We need to start thinking seriously about 7-day, at least 6-day service on a Saturday service or a Sunday service at this point, because a lot of people are yelling for it right now.
Well, you'll recall there was a group that put together, we had about 10 weeks of Saturday, Sunday service that I think was pretty successful. But again, they went out and privately raised funds that paid for that Saturday service, and that didn't come from local government, that actually came from the business communities.
Okay.
If an organization like of significant size, it's more than just an organization, a movement like this, if they needed and would like to have somewhere around, what's the protocol and how's the actual process work?
What we typically ask for is one of the, for that request really to come through one of the local funding partners, because we will need to find a funding source for that. As mentioned, the Downtown Development Board was instrumental in raising funds from the business civic community to fund the service, the special service that we ran in the past. I do want to make a point, though, that it is not just a funding issue. Our crews are not required to run on the weekends, and so we rely on them to volunteer in order to run. And so if you'll recall, when we did run special service on those Saturdays, sometimes we were not able to post the schedule or post that we were running until somewhat later than we would have liked, let me say it that way, because we had to ensure that we had the crews that were volunteering. So the only other point that I would add that is a little bit different about the time that we're in now is that we do have crews that are running test trains at the moment, and so they're running their normal service, and they are also getting qualified in preparation for the opening of Phase 2 South. So we're a little resource constrained at the moment. So those are some things in addition to what would be the normal process.
Yeah.